Hello everyone, welcome to the Lisa Loves Stitchin floss tube. My name's Lisa and I'm coming to you from warm and sunny Brisbane. It's summer here and today's a top of 32 degrees and not too high in the humidity factor, which is good, but hopefully we'll probably get some rain soon. Wow, it's been a couple of weeks since my last episode, which I had a big whip parade, and that got me into action to start tackling those items in 2021. So what else has happened? We've had a snap lockdown. There was actually no community transmission, but a cleaner at one of the quarantine hotels apparently got COVID-19, but it was the UK more virulent strain, and she had not realised, even though she'd been tested and everything, that she had COVID. She did everything right, but anyway, just as an extra precaution, because she had been out and about on the train to and from work, they did a snap lockdown just to make sure that nobody was, sorry about the dogs in the background making noise, just to make sure that everybody was safe, because we didn't want something like that spreading. Yeah, so we had a snap lockdown. That was okay. It didn't really change much for us, except when I went to the supermarket, I was already going, because I only shop week by week. I don't hoard food and things like that because it just goes to waste. And I was already going that day to get stuff, and they just an hour before given the notification that 6 p.m. tonight there's going to be a lockdown. And so I went out because we needed lunch supplies and something for dinner, so I thought I might as well do my normal shop while I'm out. And I went to my local little tiny supermarket, which is just around the corner, and it's normally like empty of people. And I saw these cars down the road, and I'm like, what? Is school back? I don't think school's back. Where are all these cars coming from? This is like a little neighbourhood, like nobody comes here. And anyway, then I get into the car park, couldn't even get a park for ages, had to stalk someone for a car park downstairs. And then I come up to the supermarket and it was absolutely heaving. Like I couldn't even believe it. Anyway, I would have walked away, except we had nothing for lunch. Like I'd let the cupboards go empty. So it was like Mother Hubbard. The cupboards were bare and I had to fill up. So I got a trolley and I just wanted to get in and out as quick as possible. But wow, the lineup. Anyway, it looks in the photo that I'm going to put up here like we weren't socially distanced, but we were pretty socially distant, because you've got to keep a trolley between you and the person in front or behind you. And that did happen, but the way I took the photo, it's kind of hid that. So it was just to show you how long the line was. But yeah, I just got in, got stuff, and then the next, like, there was no bread hardly, and I'm on gluten-free bread, so like people always take it that don't even eat gluten-free normally, and then there's none left for the gluten-free people. So I was like, I got an extra loaf of that. That's the only thing that I hoarded, was one extra loaf of bread, because it's really hard to come by. And actually I was correct, because I haven't been able to buy any more bread. So luckily I put one loaf in the freezer. So anyway, so that was a nightmare. And then other than that, we just stayed home because, yeah, we don't really go out much these days anyway. So we had stuff to do around the house. Wayne was doing some painting. He wanted to paint we have a separate, our master bathroom, we have a separate toilet. Not our master bathroom. Family bathroom has a separate toilet. And Wayne wanted to paint that because it had blue walls with bluish sort of whitish tiles on the bottom. So he painted that white and he's almost finished it. So it's looking good. Gives it a bit of a freshen up, and the getting rid of the blue makes it look more up to date. Can't do much about the tiles, but they look less dated when the walls are white. So got that done and took the dogs for a walk. And we still have to wear masks now when we go out to shops and stuff. So where you're walking down the street, you don't have to worry unless it's crowded. But otherwise, oh, sorry. Oh, it's been one of those weeks. You only have to put a mask on if you're in a confined space with people, you know, that you can't socially distance easily. So yeah, so basically just the shops. Paris graduated puppy school, so that was exciting. She got a photo, but we're waiting on that coming on email, so she had a professional photo done. We were going to get that done for Sooty, but she wouldn't sit still, so. But Paris sat, so I don't know that she'll be looking at the camera because she was focused on Wayne, but we'll see how it turns out. And this morning she went to the groomers for the first time, so that was a bit, she's a delicate flower, our Paris. So she was a bit traumatized. I could hear her howling. They'd put her in a crate up on, like they've got like a wall of crates, like big, like they're huge. But anyway, they put them in there while they're waiting to be picked up. Anyway, I could hear her going, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'm like, oh, God. It was the first time she's been apart from us since we picked her up. So it was a bit traumatic. And they cut her nails and she wasn't too happy about that. And a little bit scared, but they successfully cut her nails and she's all fluffed within an inch of her life and everything. So yeah, so that was nice. So she's all booked in again for 6 weeks time in February with Sooty, and maybe when she's got Sooty with her, oh sorry for yawning, maybe when she's got Sooty with her she'll be less traumatized. Yeah, so that's basically that. In case you're wondering, this is a cross-stitch channel, mainly cross-stitch, occasionally a little bit of other crafts, but mostly cross-stitch. So I better get into that discussion. So if you are a long-time viewer, you will remember I stitched a couple of years back the Stacey Nash Primitives Old White Farmhouse Sampler, which is gorgeous. Anyway, I have had that finish since like Easter 2018, and it's at the Framers. I'm so excited. I can't wait to pick that up. So I haven't had the call yet, but hopefully they'll call soon to say it's ready to go. And I can't wait to have a framed piece. It's technically my first framed piece because my other framed piece that I ever got done was my sampler that I did for my grandmother's 100th birthday. I can't believe she's turning 102 this year. But that's on her wall at home where she can see it. So I won't get that till she's not with us anymore. So this will be my first actual piece that I'll have on my wall. So I'm very excited. So just waiting to hear back on that one. Yeah, so that's at the Framers. And then I had a finish of one of my whips. So my Green Gables by JBW Designs, I finished the first week of January, so that was exciting to have a finish in 2021 in January. So I'll just show you that one. I'm just going to put it on my ironing mat. I don't know why I didn't do this before, because actually the wool will probably grip the fabric so it'll sit nice. So this is Green Gables. I absolutely love this. I used all the called for DMC, but there are charted for fancy floss, but I just decided because of COVID and the difficulty with getting floss that I would do it in just the called for DMC. And I've now sent that chart off to Leanne down in Tassie because she loves Anne of Green Gables. So I did have to sticky tape it because it was starting to wear in the lines, the chart. Anyway, so that's on its way, Leanne, if you haven't already received it. And yeah, so I can't wait to get this one framed next. This one and my other one that I did from Retreat. So yeah, so I was very happy with Green Gables. I love Anne of Green Gables. I grew up loving her. She was my idol because I had red hair and I used to get teased really bad at school. So she was always my hero and or heroine. And yeah, I just love this. So I'm so excited to have a finish. Oh, I didn't show you. There's French knots for the apple trees in 2 different pinks. And so I did those. That was cute. Yeah, I love this so much. I love the colours. Very simple. Only half a dozen colours, and it was just gorgeous to stitch on. And I mean, you could get away with less colours. It's just you needed extra greens for the different trees. But other than that, 2 pinks, 3 greens, and there were multiple browns, but I just used one brown colour. It's neither here nor there. And white. So that was lovely to stitch on. Really enjoyed it. So that's my FO for January, and hopefully I'll get that framed soon. So I'll just roll that. Boop. So I have been using the Tiny Decisions wheel app. You can download it from the Apple Store, and I'm not sure if it's available on Android. But basically, you can add in whatever segment you want. You can add in to your wheel whatever you want. So I added all my whips, all, I think, 22 of them. And, oh, that's blowing that out. There we go. So what you do is you just, once you've loaded them all in, you just come in. Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. That's what I'm going to stitch on next week. So that's all I do. And then I just do a screenshot so I can put that as accountability on my Instagram page, and then I'll be stitching on that next week. So what I'm doing is I have 2 focus pieces. So Saturdays I'm stitching on my Celtic Spring, which I'm stitching with Olivia of Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. She's doing Celtic Autumn at the same time. And then Sundays I'm working with Laura on our stitch along, which is for the Botany Bay sampler. She's way ahead of me. And then all week during the week, on the weekdays, I'm working on whatever I pull up on the Tiny Decisions wheel. So week 1, the first week of January was Map of Scotland, and I've shown that before. Which is this one, and I had started up here, but I think if you've seen my previous ones, I was a bit concerned that I hadn't left enough room to the side for framing allowance. So what I ended up doing was finding the middle, and I started, and I'm just working on this little section here. And I started in the center of the fabric, which will waste a bit of fabric, but whatever. I'd rather that than get to the end and find I have to restart it. And I've already restarted this before, so here we go. There's what I've got done so far. So this is on 32 count Nocturne Belfast linen fabric, 26 by 35 inches, by Picture This Plus. It's a really lovely colour. I wanted it to look like the ocean surrounding Scotland, and that's what I've got so far. So it's the Farquhar and tartan, which is my family tartan for Finlay, and I love it. So it's a really enjoyable thing to stitch on, especially as you see the plaid start. When you look back from it, it just looks really good as the plaid starts to show up. So I'm working on that one with the called for DMC, which there's only 4 colours. 5 colours. There's black, which is 310, baby blue, which is 312, Christmas red, which is 321, lemon DK, which is 444, and 699 Christmas green. So yeah, really love this. Can't wait for it to get further along. And I have a chart for our family crest, which I'll put somewhere on around the map, and also the name Farquhar, and I'll stitch on there so that anyone looking at it will know what plaid it relates to, because otherwise you wouldn't know. So yeah, so that's that one. Then on the weekend I worked on Celtic Spring, which I'd only done a little fraction of the top border, and I've made good progress on this one, Olivia, if you happen to be watching. So I've done 3 of the letters and I love it. And the treasure braid was so easy to work with. I thought it was going to be difficult like Krynic, but it wasn't. It was a dream to stitch with. It didn't tangle or get knotted or anything. It was lovely and it just sparkles so pretty. So just working across onto the top of the lettering spring, and yeah, love it, and I can't wait to stitch on it tomorrow. So that's that one, and I'm using the called for DMC and treasure braid. Okay, so that's that one. I'll put that down, and then the next one is the Botany Bay sampler by Fox and Rabbit Designs. So the Celtic Springs by Lavender and Lace, if you're not familiar, but I'm sure you've all seen it. Botany Bay by Fox and Rabbit Designs, reproduction sampler. And I finally decided to go down and do this motif of a tree, which feels good to finally get into some of the motifs rather than letters. I hate doing letters, they're so boring. So I did a fraction, no, I'd already done that, so I just come straight down and did these letters and this border and this tree, and I started on this dog, and that was the end of Sunday. So that's not bad for a day's work of stitching. I really like it. So I'm using the called for specialty thread / DMC. That's all called for, but a mixture of both because it's hard to get stuff in Australia, the fancy floss. And that's on the called for fabric, whatever it is, but I can't remember at the moment. So, oh, Sooty. Do you want to say hello to everybody, Sooty? You're a big girl now. Look, there you are. There's Sooty. Oh, 6 months. I've just got to get this call. Ay, ay, ay. I've lost my train of thought then. I'm like, where was I up to with everything? It's only been a split second for you, but it's been a few minutes for me. It was mum ringing. So anyway, let's just go. I think I've shown you all my whips that I'm working on at the moment. So I'm really enjoying that Tiny Decisions app. I saw Pam and Steph on Just Keep Stitchin' using it like last year or the year before, and I really wanted to try it out properly, and I'm a sucker for wanting to just get stuck into one sampler. Oh, that's the other sampler I haven't shown you. Oh my goodness. I'll just go and get it. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just forgot about Miss Lucy Calcutt that I've been working on this week as my main project during the week. So yeah, so I have been loving that Tiny Decisions app, as it's keeping me focused, and I feel like I'm going to have a better chance at working on all of my projects throughout the year, so that all the whips get some love. And so far I'm really enjoying it, and I look forward to like the end of the week, like when I spin the wheel, what am I going to get to work on? So that's exciting. So I hope Lucy comes up again soon, because I love working on her, and the colours are just me. So this one is Miss Lucy Calcutt 1825 by Just Stitching Along. That's it there. I've done all of these. I started one flower on the border. I've done this one. And I started this one, but I fluffed it up, so I've got to go back to that one. And then this week I finished this one, this motif, and this urn I'm nearly finished, so hopefully I'll finish that tonight. And yeah, I'm really loving it. So this is, I haven't ironed this one, sorry, because I've just remembered I had it because it was in my hoop. So this is Lucy. Isn't she pretty? Even with the wrinkles. So yeah, so I finished this white on white urn. It was really hard to do because I couldn't see. I did stuff it up, but you won't really notice unless you're looking at the chart. And yeah, this one I've been working on as well, and I should hopefully get it finished tonight. So that'll be 2 motifs this week that I've completed. So I feel really like I'm actually getting some decent progress on it. So I love the colour in this. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. It's called for DMC, and it's on Jay's cross stitch fabric, which is, what was it called? I don't know. It's a really, it looks cream, but it's actually supposed to be a really pale pink. But you can barely see it, but it's beautiful. I love it. I love getting fabric from Jay's cross stitch. Her fabrics are beautiful. Her colours are gorgeous, so check her out. So yeah, so that's where I'm up to on all my whips, and I feel really good about getting some significant progress on each whip during the week, and on the weekends I'm still getting quite a bit done. Even though I'm only working 1 day for each one of my focus pieces, I'm still getting a decent amount done on those, so I'm really impressed. This weekend maybe not so much progress, I don't know, because I'm procrastinating, but I have another assignment due next week which I haven't started yet or looked at, so I need to get that organised. That's the final assignment for that subject for the summer class, and I've got new classes starting soon in February. So yeah, so I did pass my other assignment, by the way. I got a credit, I think. So that was good. Yeah, and because I finished something with my tiny decisions. Now, I know I said to you that I'm trying to focus on working on my whips this year, and that's true. But if I finish something, I feel it's okay, I can start something else. But I have to wait. I've entered it into my tiny decisions wheel, and I have to wait for it to turn up on that before I can actually start it. So I have to spin it, and it comes up, and I'll start on it. So the project that I will start on once I have brought it up on the Tiny Decisions app is the Scarlet House, a present to Esther Clark. So I'm going to do this one for Wayne as maybe an anniversary gift, but I don't know if he'll get it this year. It's only a small one. Oh, I'll just open it up so you don't have the glare. I got this at the retreat last year, and I'm going to put a present to Wayne Taylor, and then I'll change it to 2021 or whatever, and it's dogs. So I thought that's a really nice sample. Wayne loves dogs, and that's something he can maybe put up in his office. Yeah, so really like that. And it's only 96 stitches wide by 83 high, so it's really tiny. And I have some fabric floating around. I don't know that it's there. I don't think I've got it handy. But it's sort of like a neutral tea coloured sort of fabric that I've got for that. So, yeah. Now, I don't have any haul other than I have something new that I'm using. Now, you will have noticed that some of a lot of my bags don't have a clear front. And even if they do, you can't always see the exact what's in there, you know, like depending what's showing at the front. And sometimes you might have them stacked together. So what I've been looking for is the right thing, to like an ID thing, so that I can quickly work out what project's in what bag. And this is perfect also, this idea, for knitting project bags as well, as long as you've got something you can hook it onto. So this one I've got the zipper, and if I make myself any bags, I've got some D-rings. I'm going to use those so that I can clip these things on. But I don't know why, I've been looking and looking and looking, and I don't know why it didn't occur to me till recently. Luggage tags. I found these on eBay. I'll put the link down below. But these are aluminium luggage tags, and they come with this, it's coated wire, so it's not rough, it's smooth plastic coated wire, and it's got the little twisty here, the little twist top thing, so you can unscrew it and change it up. And then I've just used a brass jump ring, a bronze jump ring, and to put it onto the zipper. And it just sits there, and I can quickly see that's the Botany Bay sampler, and it's reusable. I can put a different piece of paper and just cut a hole for that to fit, just cut it to the shape and it'll fit in there. So yeah, it's reusable, and this has a plastic sleeve over the top of it. Oh, wait on, I've got to undo this first so I can show you. Take that off. So that just slides out where you'd normally put your name and address, and I just wrote it there for the name is the Botany Bay sampler, and you can see it's got a clear plastic cover, so you can just cut a template with any paper or cardstock to replace this when you need to. So then I just slide that back in, hook that through the loop, screw it on. Oops. Now they come in lots of different colours. I got a pack of, what did I get? I don't know, 5 or so, 5 to 7. And it was under $10 for the 7, I think it was. And free postage. And these are super light, really light, perfect. Absolutely perfect for what we need. And yeah, easy. So then when if you've got them all stacked, you have these to one end where you can look, and you can just quickly pull that up, Botany Bay, whatever project. This one, Celtic Spring. Where's my other bag gone? This one, Lucy Calcut. So I can quickly identify what's in each bag, and I don't have to waste time opening the bag to see what's in it. So that is perfect. And you see they come in different colours. So my set was all just multiple different colours. So I got red, bronze, orange or goldy orange, purple. I think I've got green. What did have I got it in one of these bags? I had the spares. Oh yeah. There's another one. Blue. Comes in an individual cellophane packet. And I've got more floating around. So I absolutely flipping love them. So yeah, perfect. And for less than $10 and you're getting 7, that's perfect as they're reusable. So, and they're protected, so they're not going to get damaged by if you accidentally spill on something, and you can easily replace the paper anyway. So yeah, love it. That's my hot tip of the week. I'll put the link down below if you want to try it too. And yeah, if you've got knitting bags as well, it's good for that, as if you've got something you can hang it off. You know, you could just tie something around your handle or whatever. Yeah, so, and if you're making a bag for yourself, just add a D-ring of some kind or something, and then you can hook it onto that. So yeah, that's my hot tip for the week. So yeah, so as you saw, I called up Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. So I'll be working on that all week next week from Monday to Friday. And I'm looking forward to getting into Celtic Spring tomorrow, and I'll catch up with you in a week or two to show you my progress and what I've been working on. Till then, happy stitching, and stay tuned for an update soon on my shop. I'm just waiting on some bits coming, and I'll have some thread keeps. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I did get new business cards, so you'll start to see these ones come in, which is a picture of mine, my nan's and my mum's hands, because they taught me to sew and everything, so I thought it was really nice to include that. So yeah, keep an eye out on my shop. Hopefully I'll have an update soon, And I also have some other pins that are too big for finer count fabric, but they're perfect. They come with little caps on the end. They're going to come up for Easter. So they're good just to have a decorative pin in your pin cushion, or if you've got like 28 count or 25 count fabric, because they're a bit thicker. And I've only got 2, 4, 6 of those and one of these. So they'll be coming up in my shop for Easter. And you can use them also as shawl pins because they'll come with a little cap on them. So you could use it as a shawl pin as well if you want with your knitted item. Yeah. So there you go, little duckies. Anywho, that's all, folks. Catch you next time. Until then, keep stitching and I hope you have a great week. Bye.